Welcome to today's Doug Miller Show. On today's show, we'll be talking about the NFL Combine, E3, the Razzies, the Oscars, and so much more. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy today's show, which will start right about now. Hi, everyone. I'm Doug Miller, and welcome to today's Doug Miller Show. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I know I am. But let's get right on to it. No pleasantries, no anything else. Let's talk about the Oscars. Yeah, it's not going to be a video game topic. It's not a sports topic. It's a much more egregious event than a lot of the sporting events out there. We all know what the Oscars is. Those are tonight. Hopefully this will be posted by the time that happens. I'm very excited to watch. I'm a big fan of the Oscars. Hopeful that Get Out will be hopefully pulling off an upset for Best Picture. I don't think that's really going to happen, though. But we'll see. I'm a big fan of Jordan Peele. I'm a really big fan of that movie. But enough about those awards. Let's talk about the awards everyone wants to talk about. The Razzies. Those were last night. Now, if you don't know what the Razzies are, I'm sorry to hear that. The Razzies are the opposite of the Oscars. They celebrate the worst in movies performances. The worst in general in Hollywood. The big winner last night was the Emoji Movie. The movie that I believe single-handedly broke apart Anna Faris and Chris Pratt. Now, I don't have any confirmation of that, but they did divorce around the same time, so. But anyways, the Razzies won the Emoji Movie won a grand total of 4 awards, beating out such competition as Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp Needs Money, Transformer 5, Electric Boogaloo, and much, much more. It even beat out 50 Shades Darker, which did win Best Sequel, though. Worst Sequel, though. So good for them, I guess. The 4 Razzies that the Emoji Movie won was Worst Picture. The director and writer, Tony Landis. I probably messed up the name, my apologies. He won Worst Director and Worst Screenplay. And it also won Worst Screen Combo, which means this movie was an overall cesspool of an ensemble wasteland. So, congratulations to them. It's truly deserved, and anyone who bought that, I don't know what you really like in movies. Bright colors, T.J. Miller being depressing, everyone else trying to get a paycheck. The Emoji Movie did the opposite of what the Lego Movie did. The Lego Movie kind of shed light that, this is kind of a corporate shill, but you know what we can still do? Have fun with it. Make it feel a little less corporate shilly. Talk a little bit about certain things and corporatism and things like that, which is very refreshing. Emoji Movie is like, we like the money. Let's do it. Let's do it. And the only people who were happy about that film was a few people. T.J. Miller, which made everyone forget that he is kind of a douchebag. Sony Pictures, which made money off of it. And I think that's it. But congratulations to them. A truly deserving honor. Also, a couple house gathering things. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Second week we're doing this on YouTube. Of course, this is our almost a whole month on Facebook, where we're also posting this. I hope you've been watching my other content. I mean, one of the other ones I posted this week, I hope you guys watched, was Doug Music Takes. That was a little just, what's a nice word for it? Sorry. It wasn't a main thing, It's just a little bit something on the side, but it was something I had fun with. And something I don't really bring out so much is the potential of hot takery in other genres than what I normally do. It was a little bit outside my comfort zone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't been watching the other videos, I hope you eventually do. They're relatively available on my Facebook page, Doug Andrew Miller on Facebook.com. Also, Super Evil Genius 29. You can also find that if you also look in that. And if you do like them, give it a thumbs up. Give it an angry face if you don't. Also, there'll be much more videos coming up this week on Wednesday and also Friday as well. And then hopefully soon we'll be doing other things. I'm hopeful for a podcast sooner rather than later. Still working on a few minor details. Well, a few major details. But eventually, hopefully by some point this year, that will be getting a rolling. That's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more free-flowing than what we're doing here. Hopefully a little more professional, too. If you do like this video, give it like I said, a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't. Good old like on Facebook, heart, or even angry face if you don't. And if you do really like it, give me a subscription or give me a follow. Ye Old Miller Gaming on YouTube. And also on my Facebook page, like I said, Doug Andrew Miller. Just give me a good old follow on there, and that would be really appreciative. But let's get back onto the case of, let's talk about the NFL Combine. Yes, that has been going on for the past few days now. Still not done yet. Still need the cornerbacks and safeties and whatnot tomorrow. But a good portion of it has been done by this video, so we can talk about it on regular fluency, with a good basis of what's going on and who did well and who didn't. Obviously, one of the biggest people did not do well, in my opinion, was Orlando Brown Jr., the lineman from Oklahoma. Probably one of the highest regarded offensive left tackles in the draft. He really didn't perform well in a lot of the drills and a lot of the 40 times, 10-yard sprints. And may have hurt his stock in this. Now, granted, he could have had one bad day if he goes on his pro day and does well there. It's probably going to erase a lot of that. Probably. I can't say 100% though. But let's face it, if you're watching and you're a quarterback starving team, a Bills fan, a Cardinals fan, you're watching for the quarterbacks, Jets fan, whatever. How did the quarterbacks do? I think they actually, for your main stars, I think they did pretty well. I think the biggest star out of all of them, I think the ones who's going to be helping the most from this are two quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Josh Rosen. The two Joshes, Josh and Josh. Josh Allen showed off that he can be a little more accurate in the short-term game and medium yard. And can show off his potential arm strength. Josh Rosen showed a lot of the critics, though, that, even though everyone thinks that, put name here, Sam Darnold may be the better prospect, maybe the better overall quarterback right now, Josh Rosen will probably be the one with the most potential. I think he's the best quarterback in the draft overall, with Darnold being number 2, and then I think Lamar Jackson being number 3. I would even say Mayfield 4th, who didn't do horrible, but didn't do great either. I think he may drop a little bit. I don't think people will consider him a top 10 pick anymore. Maybe top 15. It's all projection, though. We don't know what's going to happen in the draft. We don't know what's going to happen in free agency yet. A lot of this still hasn't been decided, so a long way to go. I'm probably going to wait until at least a couple weeks in free agency before even talking about like mock drafts or anything like that. I will bring out a mock draft, though, maybe 2 or 3, hopefully. I think a lot of people did help their stock, though. Griffin from UCF, the player who had only one arm, helped himself a lot today with how well he performed in the drills. He was the fastest 40-yard runner in all the linebackers with an under 4 point. He was below 4.4, which is really good. He also had, I think, the best performance on the linebackers, though, by far. I forgot his name. The Virginia Tech linebacker, many are projecting to be probably the best linebacker in the draft. He helped his stock out tremendously today. I thought he looked very fluent. I thought he looked very smooth while running. I think he did really well in the drills. I think he's probably going to be the number 1 linebacker taken, either by Oakland or by San Francisco, or someone ahead of him. We don't know yet. But those are probably the 2 teams that will need him. It just depends who will take him. Whoever Oakland takes the number 9. They could take Edmonds. Tremaine Edwards, I believe his name is. If I'm wrong, put it in the comment below and let me know. But I believe that was the issue. But I think either that, they're going to take a cornerback. One of those 2. But I didn't really see the wide receivers. I'm not actually interested in the wide receivers this year. I don't think this is a very good class. I think this is probably the worst class, and it's that class that didn't have a first-round pick. I'm trying to think of that class. Donnie Avery, James Hardy were the first 2 taken out of that class, and very few after that. I think Mario Manningham may have been part of that class too. He may have been the actual best one. I think that was also the Pierre Garçon draft. I think he was actually by far the best receiver in that class. He was like a 5th-round pick that year. I want to say 2008. 10 years ago. I think this is the worst wide receiver class in 10 years. At least 10 years. Sorry about that. I had to think about it for a second. But, again, tight end's not really that big of a year for a tight end. You might see one in the first round, but probably that's really it. Overall, though, I think come a month from now, we'll see what's going to happen. The draft's still at least a little under 2 months away. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But now we're going to start a new segment on the Doug Miller Show, especially for the Sunday extravaganza. It won't be an every week thing, but it will be every once in a while till E3 happens. We're going to be talking about rumors, more concrete rumors, ahead of E3. We are going to be calling it Living on E3 Streets. That is the title. I will hold for your applause. Or boos. Okay. All right, so let's talk about, for the first episode of this little trial one, we're going to be talking about EA's. Now, EA's 2017 overall was not good. You can actually say EA's 2017, public relation-wise, may have been one of their worst years ever. And there's been times where they've been called the worst corporation in corporate America for 3 years in a row. And still up there. But we all know what we're talking about with this. There, with Star Wars Battlefront 2, they put in a lot of microtransactions that made it pretty easy to win. Very mobile game-ish of them. Now, they did try to take them out and whatnot, and didn't really work. A lot of people are upset, and a lot of people still are, because they're slowly bringing them back in. Once the rigmarole and anger went down. Now there's potential laws that could be placed to try to kill microtransactions in the video games. And now the ESRB is putting video games right on the label. probably won't change things. It won't make me sit there and look at NBA 2K19 and be like, yeah, it's going to be a good game, but there's microtransactions on there. I'm going to throw it in the garbage then. No, that's probably not going to happen. Because if the game's good, which a lot of those games are. And another thing, too, I want to talk about this, too. EA is not the first company who's been doing this. I'm not trying to defend EA on this, because there's nothing really to defend. There's really not anything to defend here. As a little breaking news, though, just happened. Vinny Curry has just been cut by the Eagles. Sorry, just wanted to break that on there because I just saw it. Vinny Curry has been cut by the Eagles. So another player in the free agency game, but very good player too. Was expected to make $9 million for the Eagles if he was going to stay on the roster. So very nice salary cut right there. But back to the original topic. 2K's been doing this for years, guys. They've been doing it with the NBA games franchise. And it's been really taking off a lot of people in that franchise, including me. It's like a grind fest to try to get coins for like my career modes. It's a grind fest to try and do anything in it. And the only way you could probably get to like a 99 overall, because that's what the mode is called pretty much, a road to 99. It's... I'm trying to think of the nicest way of saying it. It favors people who want to play and win instead of playing the game for fun. It kind of ruins the fun. It makes the game feels like work. That's what I mean by that saying. And it's not the only game that does that. It's not the only game that does that doesn't have microtransactions in it. Destiny's one of those games that I feel like it's work. For different reasons. But we don't like talking about those reasons, now do we? Except for it's a grind fest. Kind of boring. But, getting back on topic though. It's not been a good year for EA. And hopefully 2018, hopefully by E3 2018, they could try to fix a lot of that. By having a good presentation. Because lest we forget, we go all the way back in the Wayback Machine. EA's 2017's presentation of E3, their E3 presentation, was a lot better than their 2016. 2016's E3 presentation for EA felt like you sitting against a wall for a half an hour, just looking blankly at it, wondering what happened with your life. How did you get to this moment where you're watching such a horrible, awful presentation? It really was. It was not the best way to start E3. When the same year Sony blew the market away with the E3 of Dreams. But 2017 was a lot better. I thought it went a lot smoother. Had some hiccups in there. Had some laughable moments too. But overall, it was a pretty good presentation. Definitely a lot better to start off an E3 with, I believe. But let's talk about what they have. What they've already announced, and a little bit of what is projection. Usually you can hit beat by beat what an E3 presentation for EA is probably going to be about. First, you're going to probably hit it with a sports game, most likely Madden. Then you're going to hit probably some indie game. Probably something that's been trying to come out for a while. Then you're probably going to bring up another sporting event, most likely FIFA. Put in some filler, maybe in DLC for Need for Speed for all 5 players who are still playing it. and then something for Battlefield, and then Star Wars will come in and disappoint, which will make Disney take off their glasses like this and say, can we just sell the rights to Activision already? Please, just sell them. Hey, Mickey Mouse accountant. Yeah, give me the number for Activision. I don't care if From Software's laughing at us. I want the number for them now. And also, whatever game they have surprise for us. And then some donation to prove that they are a corporation that cares. Meanwhile, cutting departments and shutting down studios for innocent developers everywhere. Because they care. But anyways, what they will probably bring up, E3 2018. They're going to mention about their new Battlefield game. Now, for anyone who played Battlefield 1, their last game, I did. I love the game, actually. And I, 100% honest with you, not a fan of first-person shooters. I'm a huge fan of Battlefield 1. I thought it was one of the most authentic World War I shooters out there. It felt so good. It was so good, and it looked beautiful, too. In a dungeon war-like setting way. So I can't wait to see what they do. They've been talking about World War II as a potential. I don't know how well that's going to play off because of Call of Duty World War II was so successful and received very well. It'll just feel like you're trying to jump on that gambit. Now, that would probably feel the same way if Call of Duty this year says, you know what we're going to do? World War I. So it's the same thing, just different decisions. So I can't wait to see that personally. Hopefully we'll get some more Star Wars news after the chaos that's been the Star Wars franchise. Hopefully they can get something on track, maybe show some gameplay. Whatever they do, they better not do what they did in 2016, where they had that like mini movie of like, what we're doing on the set that's taking so long. By the way, all your favorite games are going to be delayed. Here's some weird DLC for Battlefield 1. Let's pray that Battlefield 2 won't have any controversy. Suck it, we're EA. Most likely we'll see some gameplay of Anthem. Hopefully we will. Or at least a very long demo. But also, I think they will bring up, like I said, a lot of their sporting event stuff. Definitely Madden, definitely FIFA. And then there's the maybes. There'll be NHL 19, NBA Live 19. Now, I don't think they're going to mention the NHL 19 franchise. I think that's just too much of a niche. I think, although I think they should. I think there's a lot of things, hopefully, that they will be fixing. If they're fixing a lot of things, bring it up. If not, just wait until the trailers come out, probably near the Stanley Cup Finals. You'll see it. And you'll be awed and amazed, like we were this year. I think this year's game for NHL 18, not to get on a tangent, was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it. But I thought it was okay. I think one of the glaring things they need to do is fix that career mode. Fix it now, because that is not fun. They add in letting you demand for a trade, which is great. That is a nice little touch. But I think they need to add in endorsements. Try to do, and I will say this is one of the things that they did right with the NBA Live franchise, and even 2Ks, you gotta add more dynamic career mode. Both Madden and NHL, I think you have to take more of the 2K approach to that. I'm not saying add cutscenes. Honestly, I don't think you need to. If you want to do it right, I think you need to go more towards NHL Beta Pro and like the Xbox 360 or PS3 NHL games. You get your endorsements, you get signings, you do all that, you get your trade requests, and you don't have to add cutscenes, you don't have to add extra money, you don't have to add a newer budget. And I don't think they're going to Frostbite either. I think they're one of the only ones that are selling Ignite, them and UFC 3. And then there's NBA Live 19. Now listen, I liked NBA Live 18. I actually did. I thought it was pretty decent. For what it was, I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was like some people actually do think. I don't think it's as good as 2K18. Not even close. I think 2K18 is still the king. NBA Live 19 can still take some stuff. I think they need to fix that shot meter, first of all. And I think they need to fix the franchise mode. But I think they're on the right track, at least. I think NBA Live 19 will get mentioned. For the most part. I don't think it's going to be as big as what they did for 18. But I think it will get mentioned. But two that will definitely be mentioned. Madden 19 and FIFA 19. Now, I don't think FIFA 19 really needs to be mentioned that much. Mainly because I don't think there's a lot of things wrong with the FIFA franchise. I think FIFA is probably the best sports franchise you're going to find. Behind that, probably, we'll say, NBA game for 2K. I'll put Madden in there, and then probably NHL games. I'd probably say NHL over Madden. Hold on. I would say NHL over Madden. Even though Madden was a lot better last year. It's definitely the weakest of a lot of the sports games. That's also what they're going to mention. They need to fix that franchise for Madden, so I hope they do some more with that. We'll probably see more from the Journey, and we'll probably see more from the Long Shot. Both their career modes for the EA franchise. Which is fine. I can't wait to see what they do with it, especially for the long shot. I hope they continue with Devin Wade. If they go with another season just doing the reality show, I think that'd be a bit disappointing. But I hope they actually continue with your story. Say, oh, the quarterback tore his Achilles. He'll never play again. Devin Wade's in. He does amazing. Then the next year, it's either him or the old quarterback. Then you could be a diva. You know what I mean? I think I can't wait for that. And overall, fix the franchise. FIFA, I don't know what more you have to fix. I enjoy the game. Anyone who is a FIFA fan, though, that disagrees with me, let me know in the comments. I know quite a few of my friends will probably disagree with me. Will, Andrew, I'm looking at you. By the way, a shout out to them. Anyways, yeah. And like I said, I think they're going to mention some DLC things for Need for Speed, probably something for Battlefront 2. But I can't wait to see what they do for Battlefield. I hope they right the ship next year for Star Wars. After what they did in 2018. Probably some VR stuff too. So on and so forth. But anyway, guys, that's really going to be it for tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I know I definitely will. I hope you guys watch the excerpts and enjoy them. I'll definitely try as well. But anyways, I hope you have a good week. And we will talk to you next on Wednesday. But for everyone here, the Doug Miller Show Inc. I am Doug Miller. I hope you have all a lovely week. And of course, peace and love.